Hey there, from the KUOW newsroom, this is Seattle Now. I'm Patricia Murphy with a roundup of today's top stories. It's Monday, July 7th. We'll start today with an update about immigrant detentions. Last month, dozens of people held at an ICE facility in Tacoma were sent to a jail in Alaska, where they were held for about 3 weeks. The move drew criticism and questions from immigrant advocates and congressional lawmakers. Now, the remaining immigrants that were being kept in Alaska have been moved again. KNKX's Mitch Borden reports.
Most of the 35 immigrants that were still being held at the Anchorage Correctional Complex are believed to have been sent back to the Tacoma facility, according to the ACLU of Alaska. Cindy Woods is with the civil rights organization. She says the immigrants faced a lot of challenges while being detained at the Alaska jail, including being pepper sprayed at one point. She says this has been difficult for everyone involved.
The amount of frustration that it has caused to state officials, to ICE officials, to the families and loved ones of those detained, and to the detainees themselves who have been subjected to, cruel treatment.
The ACLU of Alaska is demanding the state no longer take custody of ICE detainees longer than 72 hours unless it improves the conditions they are held in. I'm Mitch Borden reporting.
In education news, the state superintendent of public instruction says the Trump administration is still withholding $137 million in federal education funding from Washington state. Chris Rakedahl estimates that's nearly 16% of Washington's K-12 education funding. He said in a statement the money was supposed to be available July 1st, but the U.S. Department of Education sent out a last-minute letter last week saying it's still reviewing submissions for grant programs and has yet to determine if they line up with the president's priorities. Rakedahl said several school districts will find themselves in extreme financial distress if they don't get the money that was previously appropriated by Congress. We'll turn now to the latest on the manhunt for triple murder suspect Travis Decker. U.S. Marshals are investigating a possible sighting in Idaho. The Moscow Pullman Daily newspaper says a family that was in the Sawtooth National Forest in south-central Idaho Saturday told authorities they saw someone who matched Decker's description. Authorities have been looking for the Wenatchee father since his 3 daughters were found dead near Leavenworth last month. A $20,000 reward is being offered for information leading to his arrest. In local politics, today is the last day on the job for Seattle City Council member Kathy Moore. The District 5 representative announced last month she'll step down. Gabriel Spitzer reports.
Moore is resigning after just a year and a half on the city council. She cited health and personal reasons when she made the announcement. The council began accepting applications for Moore's replacement last week and will close the window on Wednesday. The public will hear from the candidates at a forum tentatively scheduled for July 21st. The council has 20 calendar days starting tomorrow to fill the position. The appointed replacement will hold the job until November of next year. Then district voters will elect someone to serve out the rest of Moore's term. This will be the third time in 2 years the city council has had to fill a vacancy. They previously appointed replacements for council members Teresa Mosqueda and Tammy Morales. Gabriel Spitzer, KUOW News.
Things are moving forward with Sound Transit's Cross Lake connection of the 1 and 2 lines. The agency says it's going to start having its light rail trains cross Lake Washington under their own power. It's a big deal. A specially equipped truck pushed and pulled one of the trains across the I-90 connection in May. It was the first time anywhere in the world a light rail train crossed a floating bridge. Now, Sound Transit plans to do live wire testing with the trains this month. The agency is hoping to open the 7-mile-long Cross Lake connection sometime next year. More Seattle area tech layoffs this week. Social media app TikTok and its parent company ByteDance are laying off a combined 65 people in Bellevue, according to a Washington state WARN notice. The Puget Sound Business Journal reports it's the third round of layoffs this year for TikTok Shop, the company's e-commerce division, which a majority of Bellevue employees work on. According to the reporting, though, TikTok still employs about 1,700 people locally. Managers of Seattle's iconic Space Needle are trying to calm concerns surrounding a video that's been making the rounds on social media. It shows what appears to be a crack in the glass floor. Ooh, don't look down. But a spokesperson for the Space Needle told KUOW 4 News the crack people are seeing is actually on top of a protective layer that's used to prevent shoe and scuff marks. They went on to say the actual glass floor is stable. They are replacing the protective plate on top, which is actually replaced twice a year. And in music news, stalwart Seattle drummer Matt Cameron is stepping down from the band Pearl Jam. He announced his departure on the band's social media pages this morning. Cameron called his 27 years in Pearl Jam, quote, the opportunity of a lifetime, filled with friendships, artistry, challenges, and laughter. Cameron joined Pearl Jam in 1998 and was the band's longest-serving drummer. He's also known for his work with Soundgarden, Skin Yard, and Temple of the Dog. We're closing it out with some sports news today. The Seattle Mariners will be well represented in this year's MLB All-Star Game. They'll be sending 4 players to Atlanta next week. That's the most Mariners All-Stars since 2018. Cal Raleigh will be the starting catcher for the American League, on top of participating in the Home Run Derby. Outfielder Julio Rodriguez is back for his 3rd All-Star appearance, and pitchers Andres Munoz and Brian Wu will get some time on the mound as well. If you're looking to watch the festivities, the Home Run Derby is next Monday, July 14th, and the All-Star Game is Tuesday, the 15th. That's all for today from the KUOW Newsroom in Seattle. Our producer is Vaughn Jones, and I'm Patricia Murphy. Seattle Now and KUOW are members of the NPR network. See you later.